Hello beautiful people, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchiimoh, and on this channel I talk about cake business. But in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to decorate this little pony cake in super stable whipped cream. It's a cake I made for my daughter's birthday, and I'm going to be taking you through how to make this cake, including showing you snippets of how I make my whipped cream. Now I have a full video on how to make super stable whipped cream, but just in case you haven't seen it before, I'm going to link it somewhere in the video so that you can have a look at it and you can watch that video. Now this is my whipped cream powder and ice cold water. I'm going ahead with my mixing, and you can see that it's already beginning to take shape in few seconds. It's beginning to form, it's beginning to become stable, and that is because I use really cold water. I use really cold water that had ice in it. Now this is some that I took out because I want to have white for the filling and then pink for the body. So I just went ahead to add my food color to the remaining, and this is what you have after then. So our whipped cream is ready, and you can see how stable it is. It's not easy for me to pull it out. You can see that tug, you can see the force. This is the one I'm going to use for the filling, and then I have my mixed berries here as well as my strawberry sauce here. I also have a video on my mixed berry sauce, just in case you're yet to see it. I'm going to link it up somewhere for you. So I'm going to go right ahead to fill my cakes, and I'm starting with the coconut flavor. This is coconut. I have red velvet and I have chocolate as well. So I usually like to give some sort of base before I put my filling inside my cakes. Then I realized that I didn't want to do fillings for this layer because of the coconut flavor or the coconut cake. I would rather do flakes instead. So this is me spreading some flakes, and my hands have been washed and cleaned. Okay, so I'm going to add my red velvet layer and then go ahead to do my filling with the whipped cream, after which I'm going to put my mixed berry sauce in between. Now I'm just trying to beat my whipped cream back, and I'm going to explain why in a little bit. Okay, so I'm beating it so you can see what the texture looks like now, and I'll go right ahead to continue with my filling. If you can observe, you would see some things. Or if you can observe, let me just ask you, what can you observe? Please let me know if you can observe anything. Okay, so this is my mixed berries, and I'm just putting it in the middle. Like I said, I usually like to have a base, and then when I'm done with my filling, I would pipe a dam around it. This is because I do not want my sauce or my filling to spill out. Okay, so that is what I'm doing, putting the filling and then creating a dam or piping a dam around it, after which I will go right ahead to continue with the filling and layering of the other cake flavors or cake layers. At this point, I'm adding my strawberry sauce or strawberry jam, strawberry filling, and it's quite thicker than the mixed berries. Okay, so I'm still going to pipe my dam around it because I do not want any issues at all. Okay, so when I'm done with that, like the next step is to dowel my cake. So I have my wooden dowels here, and I'm going to dowel the cake before I go ahead to do my trimming. I'm already trimming, but can we just skip to the good part? Okay, so I have trimmed around the cake, and I'm going around a second time. Okay, so I'm just doing this, going around the second time. I'm aware that there are gaps in between, and this is because I did not trim the top of my cakes. Okay, so this is what I want to show you. I had to look at the texture of my whipped cream. It is because I had to put my whipped cream in the freezer for some minutes. As usual, the weather is still hot. It has been hot, really hot. So I had to put it in the freezer, and I observed that when you put it in the fridge or freezer, it comes out looking rough, not smooth, kind of with air bubbles. So what you want to do is to beat your whipped cream on low speed. Now this is what it looks like. Pardon the change in the colors, the temperature. This was quite early in the morning. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Don't be scared or don't be afraid or worried when you see that. That is one tip I want to share with you. So if you observe you have air bubbles after putting your whipped cream in the fridge, you want to beat it with your whisk beater for just less than a minute on the lowest speed to get it back to a smooth texture or smooth consistency. Now this is what it looks like from a close view. I believe that you can see the difference now. So it's smoother and I can go ahead to do what I need to do on my cake. Now, I was really worried about working with this whipped cream because the weather has been hot. I'm going to show you in a bit what I actually look like. But this is me going in with my comb. I just decided I didn't want to smoothen anything with a bent scraper. I just wanted to go ahead to decorate my cake because I had another cake going out. Yeah, for my daughter anyway. I had 2 cakes for her. So look at what the whipped cream looks like now. Here was really hot. This is me. Look at my all sweaty face. So that is how hot the weather is. So I was really worried, but fingers crossed, let's see how it all ends. So this is my Encanto prints, and then for the little pony prints for my little pony cake. So I'm making 2 cakes. I'm afraid I'll not be able to do the Encanto tutorial, but this is for the little pony. Don't worry, you're going to learn. Okay, so this is me just applying water onto my fondant. If you watched the video before this is the fondant that is left or that was left from that video. Okay, so this is like a week after and it is still okay. It is still pliable. So I'm just going to go right ahead to stick my pictures. I don't like to touch it too much so that I don't stain it. So that's why you see me tapping on it and then going in to touch some places that are still dry before I start cutting. So once I'm done cutting, I'm going to get one of my most favorite tools and I will use it to lift up my images and then fine tune the edges, smoothing out the edges so that I don't have jagged ends, I don't have fondant sticking out. Okay, so that is what I would usually do, and after that I would apply some water to the back of the image or the cutout before I stick it onto the cake. So while I was sticking this, my staff came in, I got distracted, and my prints fell off and smeared my cake. So that's what you can see right there. But not to worry, we'd look for how to take care of that. It happens. Okay, it's one of those things. So I have stuck the second image, and that's it right there. I don't know why I decided to use the back of my cake. This is actually the back of my cake, but it's fine, it's all good. So I'm just going to stick some hearts. I've already poured some sprinkles or sprinkled some sprinkles onto the body of my cake, if I'm allowed to use that. And I'm going to go in with some freehand hearts that I cut out of fondant. So I'm done writing the name as well. And I'm going to attach the butterflies, but I don't want to put them directly on the cake, so I'm just going to stick a bit of fondant behind it and then put it onto my cake. Once I was done with that, I went ahead to attach my rainbow Sorry, I was really hurrying because I needed to meet up with the time to go to school with these cakes. Okay, but this is what a cake looks like. I hope you love it. I hope you like it. And I hope that you learned something from this video as well. Please, if you're yet to subscribe, subscribe to my channel. Like this video as well. Smash the like button. If you have questions, you can drop them in the comments as well. And share with those in your caking community, right? So this is what the cake looks like. So this is like 5 hours. You can see the sun, right? Okay, look at the body. It's still okay. This is where I took out the stickers from. But aside that, everything is still okay, fine and intact.